Hi, welcome to the class. Today we will discuss about vernier scale, which is one of the measuring instruments which we are going to discuss in this chapter. Right? So, vernier scale, we have already discussed in the previous video that the least count of vernier scale is 0.1 mm. That is 0.1 millimeter, which is equal to 0.01 centimeter. As we all know that 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter is equals to 10 mm, right? So in this case the least count is 0.1 mm or 0.01 centimeter. So this vernier scale, I will show you the vernier scale and then we will discuss about the details of it. So this is a vernier scale which you could see here. This is the vernier scale. As you could see that in this vernier scale we have two scales. So this is what we call the main scale. This is the main scale, and here you can see there is a scale there, small scale. So this is what we call the vernier scale. So number of divisions on this vernier scale is number of divisions are 10. So 10 divisions are made. So you can see these markings are made. So this is what we call the vernier scale, and this is what we call the main scale, right? So two scales are there, one is main scale, another is vernier scale. So this vernier scale keeps on moving on this with the help of this screw. It keeps on moving on this main scale like this, right? These are what are called outside jaws, and these are known as inside jaws, right? This is vernier scale, this is main scale, and there is a strip there like this. This is a strip. So I'll tell you the functions of these things. So the first function of this outside jaws is to measure. I'll show it to you. So the outside jaws can be used to measure the diameter of a cylinder. So if you fix this cylinder in between these two jaws, its diameter can be measured using these outside jaws. So this is one of the functions of this outside jaws, to measure the external diameter. We are not talking about the internal diameter, but we are talking about the external diameter. So it measures the external diameter of a cylinder, right? Then we have this spherical bob, a metallic ball, and it measures the external diameter of this bob also. It can measure the external diameter of this bob also. So like this it can measure the external diameter of the bob. So if you fit it in between, it can be measured. We will do this practical of this also, that would be done. I'll do it in a separate video. So this is used like this. Now if I want to measure the internal diameter, so I'll use the inside jaws. I'll use the inside jaws to measure the diameter of a hollow cylinder like this. So it will be measured like this, putting this inside here. So if I put it inside here, I can measure the internal diameter, right? So this can be used. These inside jaws can be used to measure the internal diameter of a hollow cylinder or of any object like this, right? And then at last, I can use, with the help of this strip, I can use the depth like this. I can use the depth of a vessel, cylindrical vessel like this. I can use the depth or the height of this cylindrical vessel. So these are the main parts of this. These are the main parts of this vernier scale and their functions, right? Now, there can be certain errors in these measuring instruments, manufacturing errors. So when these two jaws are joined together, So the zero of the vernier scale, the zero of the vernier scale should coincide with the zero of the main scale. So if the zero of the vernier scale is coinciding with the zero of the main scale, then it is error free. Then it is error free. So if the zero of the vernier scale coincides with the zero of the main scale, then it is error free. So right now it is error free. This vernier scale is error free. So there is no error in this vernier scale, right? I'll show you one more vernier in which we have a kind of error where the zero of the vernier scale is not coinciding with the zero of the main scale. So in this case you could see that the zero of the vernier scale is towards the right. Zero of the vernier scale is towards the right of the zero of the main scale. So whenever this zero of the vernier scale, zero of vernier scale, so whenever zero of vernier scale, zero of vernier scale is towards right of zero of main scale, zero of main scale. This is vernier scale, this is main scale. In that case, what does it mean? It means that suppose this is the main scale, this is the zero of the main scale, and here we have the zero of vernier scale, which was the case which I showed you. In this case, this vernier is said to be having is said to be having positive error. This is what we call the positive error. So this is positive error. So the vernier which I showed it to you is having a positive error. So this vernier is having a positive error, right? So first understand about the error. I'll tell you how to calculate it and how do we get the readings. So this is a positive error. Why it is a positive error? Because the vernier, zero of the vernier is towards the right. It is towards the right of the main scale reading. Is towards the right from the zero of the main scale. So that is what we call the positive error. So I hope you understood what is positive error. So positive error is when zero of vernier scale is towards the right of zero of main scale. That is positive error. Now how do I calculate this error? Since it is a positive error, I have to see what value or what reading of the vernier scale. What reading of the vernier scale? What reading of the vernier scale? This is the vernier scale reading. I have to figure out which reading of the vernier scale coincides with the main scale. Coincides means falls on each other. So in this case, I don't know whether your people are able to see it properly or not, but I think the sixth reading, if you see the sixth reading, they coincide on each other. If it is sixth reading, they coincide on each other. So the sixth reading is coinciding on each other. So you have to figure out that which reading of the vernier scale coincides with the main scale. You have to find out that number and you have to multiply that number. I am writing positive. I am writing positive because it is a positive error. So multiply that coinciding number like this. They will coincide. They will fall on each other. Exactly, they will fall on each other. 6 multiplied by 0.01 centimeter, which is LC, 0.01 centimeter, and that will give you the positive error. So positive error is how much? Plus 0.06 centimeter. So this is the positive error. So you can identify the positive error using this. You can calculate the positive error using this, right? Formula. So coinciding number multiplied by LC. Now similarly, if zero of vernier scale is towards left of zero of main scale, then it is negative error. In that case, it is negative error. Negative error. So it means its zero will be towards left. This is negative error. Identification of negative error is important. How to identify this negative error? Error is being identified. Now how do we calculate it? So number of divisions or vernier scale. Number of this negative error is calculated in a bit different way. Number of divisions in a vernier scale is equals to 10. Is equals to 10. So for negative error, what you have to do? Negative error is equals to what? Minus, why minus? Because it is a negative error. Then 10. What are 10? 10 are the number of divisions in a vernier scale. Then again find out the value of the vernier scale which is coinciding on the main scale. So I am taking any number randomly, I am taking like this, so I shouldn't feel that 6 was the number which was coinciding. But here I am taking any number. So let me say that it is 4. And then multiply this number again by LCM. So in calculation of positive error and in calculation of negative error, the only difference is that here we are subtracting the coincidence number from 10 and then multiplying it by 0.0 centimeter. So it will be minus 0.06 centimeter. So this negative error is minus 0.06. What is 10? Number of division in a vernier scale. What is 4? Vernier scale's reading which is coinciding with the main scale, that we have calculated, right? Now, suppose you get positive error and you have negative error. What will be the final reading if you are measuring the diameter of a bob using this? So, observed reading will be or we can say correct reading. I write correct reading. Correct reading will be equal to observed reading. Observed means your experimental value. Observed reading minus whatever type of error you have. You cannot have both errors in a single vernier scale. Any one error will be there. So suppose any error is there. Okay. So whatever error is there, I am not writing positive or negative. It can be any error. Error with proper sign. So proper sign means if it is a positive error, it will be plus. If it is a negative error, that would be a minus, right? So in this class, you understood different parts of this vernier caliper. You also understood different functions of these parts of vernier caliper. You understood about the two types of error, positive error and the negative error, and also you understood how to take the correct reading if you have the observed reading and then you have the error with proper sign, and this is how you can these are the important things which you need to understand before starting a practical, right? Thank you.